You're cruising comfortably down the boulevard in your 1990 Go-Mobile. You notice a speck of light in your rearview mirror. Suddenly, the speck of light grows alarmingly large. It floods your car in a bath of light. In a flash, whatever it was went around on the left side. The rider was low to the ground, head to the wind. There was a lot of bright paintwork, but you're not sure exactly what you saw. You hope for a red light up ahead to see what it was that went by. You get the chance. The light turns. You approach from the side, and you're sure of it now. It was a Superbike. Willow Springs Raceway lies in the desert east of Los Angeles. For some 20 years, it has played second fiddle to Riverside Raceway. With Riverside's demise, Willow has recently got lots of attention from the racing community. It's popular for all types of racing, testing, and development, and a place you can come simply to have fun and enjoy the thrills of a racetrack. On this day, the track has been rented by a local organization that allows superbike owners to explore the thrills and actions and capabilities of their bikes.
Right now, the groups are pretty even. All right.
Renard Fiscus explains what his organization can do for the owners of these special bikes.
All right, and myself and my wife, Sue Fiscus, we run Track Riders Association, which was started about 4 years ago, back in 1985, with a bunch of my friends. And myself and my wife have continued it from here. What Track Rider stands for, it's an open practice testing school. We have a rider school that consists of, we have a beginner's course for first time on the racetrack, or brusher up is basically the same course. We have an advanced school, which is a three-quarter day school with the rider, with the instructor, excuse me. And then we have a road racing licensing school, which goes all day, and you end up taking a written test at the end of the day. And that will enable you to a novice license, and you get a little nice certificate at the end of the day. That's all provided from Track Riders and the help of WIRA. And WIRA is a national organization. If you get a novice license from WIRA, you can go all over the country and race in any of their sanctioned races. But for Track Riders, we come out midweek to keep the costs down. Usually a Monday or Friday. It all depends how many people want to come out. But again, the only people who support WERA is the riders themselves. Every time we come out to the track, it is people here pay for the event. The profit is not there, but you know, we need the support from everybody who comes out and has a good time. And what Track Riders does for everybody else at 5 o'clock, we try to have a little barbecue for everybody, which helps out a lot for everybody. It's a lot of fun. Love bench racing and talk about the day.
The number one concern about track riders is, of course, safety. Riders are classified according to their abilities on the bikes. Once out on the course, it is easy to try to catch up with the guy in front of you, so it's important that their abilities are matched. The bikes can easily exceed the capabilities of their owners.
Over the years, the manufacturers have made the bikes so much basically ready to go fast, and the bikes that are coming out of the crates these days, like let's name a few, the GSXR, the Slingshot 750, or the ZX7 from Kawasaki, even just a regular old bike that is new these days, like a EX500 or the little Suzuki 500, which is, the bikes are basically prepared to come on the racetrack, which, you know, it's, you know, really good to make it track safety. And bringing it out from the canyons, bringing it on the racetrack is really good.
The controlled environment provided by track riders is most important to an owner if he is to get the most out of his bike. But if you ignore the rules by showing a lack of discipline, you're on your way home early. Those willing to follow instructions can not only learn from the track time, but also from more experienced riders. And at the same time, experience the thrills of being on a real racetrack.
Bike's an 86 limited edition GSXR 750. Motor's basically built for fast street bike or endurance form. Started with a basis of Corilla rods in the bottom end. And they come with a 6-speed and dry clutch, so it's a real good bottom end to begin with. Top end is 880cc Cosworth piston motor, handmade sleeves in it, Cosworth valves, ported cylinder head, J-model valves, 35mm CR carburetors on it, and careful attention to detail, cam timing, compression ratio is modest at about 11 to 1. Motor makes 122 horsepower at 10.6, makes 67 foot-pounds of torque at 7,800. Has a flat torque curve and a very flat horsepower curve. It drops 2 horsepower at 11.5 at the rev limiter. That's about it.
That would be enough for most people. But owner Rodney Sheldon finds it a challenge. And that's why he's at Willow Springs today, to find out how he can handle all that power. Worth is an experienced race engine builder and will assure Sheldon that he'll get the most bang for his buck. Let's take a ride and observe some friendly track action. The barbecue at the end of the day is a welcome sight for all of the riders. It allows them to unwind, watch the videotape activities of the day, and compare notes on their track experiences. For organizer Bernard Fiscus, the reward is knowing that these track riders will take just a little bit more knowledge out onto the highway. Northern California's Laguna Seca Raceway has fast become a world-class Grand Prix course. On this early July morning, we find a unique organization setting up shop. The Superbikes School is here for 2 days of formal classes. Classes for the enthusiast and classes for competitive racers. The school provides the instruction, the leathers, and the bikes. You provide the desire to learn and the ability to listen.
I'm here because I like motorcycles and I want to race.
I'm here because I want to be a professional racer. I want to get a lot out of the school. I want to get my license so I can go race at other tracks.
I own a 600 Hurricane right now. I'm here to learn what I'm doing correctly and what I'm doing incorrectly on the road, because I hate getting in situations that I don't know what I'm doing. And I've heard that this school will really help you improve your cornering techniques and braking. And I've heard that from quite a few people that have taken it and then gone on to racing and said it really did improve their riding ability.
I'm here because I've been riding for about 6 years in the street, and I want to improve my my smoothness, my cornering, which is not possible on the street because of all the obstacles involved. So here at Laguna Seca, on a close course, I can push myself to the limit and learn what I can actually do.
And why did you pick this school?
This school I've picked because I've heard, from references, I've heard a lot about it. Keith Code has a good name, and that's why I'm here.
Keith Code's manner of instruction is straightforward and well proven. Over the years, he has taught thousands of riders how to stay on their bike.
Out of the 21,000 students that have come to the school, probably 19,000 or 19,500 of them were street riders. And they look around out there on the street and they see it, and it's like, this is a really dangerous environment out here. And everybody's been in a motorcycle riding type situation where they couldn't really control it. And when those kinds of things happen, the rider starts questioning his ability to ride. And when they come out to the Superbike school, I try to put in the basics, give them basic control techniques that they could use whether they were going racing or not. It wouldn't really make any difference. And once the rider's been through the school, either the half-day, the full-day school, or the 2-day riding camp, I know that he's been exposed, at least briefly, and has had the time to practice in a really uncluttered environment like the racetrack here, those exact techniques. And, we know the riders get better. We get all kinds of great success stories and have had over the years that let us know that, we've helped them save their bikes, save their hide, save whatever they had to save. So I guess it's more of a full spectrum school than it is just a racing school or just a street rider school. Because what we found and what I found, as I've been training people for the last 15 years, is that if you learn the basics of control, then you can apply them at any speed. And the people who want to go fast, the really neat part about it is that once the control is there, the speed comes and it's free. You just are going faster because you feel good about going faster, and the bike doesn't feel like it's going to do anything strange. So that's actually what we do, is teach basic riding, and it's got a twist, obviously. Basic riding according to Keith Code is different than basic riding according to other people, but I think it's been successful over the past 10 years to train riders in this fashion, to not have them just follow you around the track, say, okay, I'm a good rider. No, if you follow me around there, you're really going to get good. And I found that's not working. My viewpoint has always been give the rider the basics and let him go out and practice that stuff, and then see if he can think it through himself. Because when he's out there by himself, he really actually has to do it. And he's not going to rely on somebody he's following. He has to go on his own thing. So my viewpoint is, as far as training goes, is just give the rider something he can think with, and then let him have a great time doing it.
For the everyday street rider, a fun event means getting together with your friends for an early morning cruise. The group known as Red Line has planned a day at the park. That means bringing along family, friends, and the family dog. For Jeff Arruda, a mechanic at a local Kawasaki dealership, that means getting out and doing what he likes to do best.
The Red Line started out approximately 4 to 5 years ago. We've grown to large numbers and shrunk to smaller numbers. Basic people have stuck together and kept the club alive. Now that we're basically a small group of people, we go and do things when we can with as many people as we can. What really attracts me to Superbikes is the handling capabilities and agility of the bike, the weight, the horsepower, the way it accelerates. I like to have that feeling of freedom to be able to turn the throttle and have the power to go when I want to. I like to be able to go out in a non-populated area in a nice twisty road somewhere and go fast. I'd prefer to do it on a track, but sometimes you just don't have the money for a racetrack. So have fun out in the canyons, watch the views, stop somewhere along the line, get something to drink, go for another ride.
For enthusiast Robin Hathaway, belonging to the Red Line organization means more than just riding bikes.
This is our second annual picnic. We had a picnic like this last summer. It's a lot of fun because, well, we get the families out here too. It's not just the normal club members. And we have a good time, and we don't drink or anything, and it's pretty safe. Usually the guys will go on a ride after we've eaten and everything, and they relax and got their bellies full. They'll go on a ride through the canyons and then come back. But we play volleyball and bring out the hamburgers so we can barbecue. And like I said, it's neat being in the club because it's a family thing. It's not just the people who ride the bikes. We get to see the wives or the girlfriends and the kidlings and just the rest of the family, the dogs.
And the animals.
And then there are days when it's just nice to get out by yourself and run the canyons. Being on a superbike lets you enjoy all of the freedom nature has to offer. Routes such as Ortega Highway in Southern California offer challenging roads, great scenery, and other riders with new and interesting bikes. Bikes like this custom BMW, owned by Henry Louie.
I wanted a kind of a canyon bike that was real reliable and didn't have to mess too much with it, so I bought this kit that I saw advertised in the German Motor Auto magazine. And it was made all from BMW components. What was nice about it had all the good racing goodies in it. So I really just had to provide engine, transmission, and 3 days hard work, and that was it. And then the bike, a little bit less than I expected, but the suspension technology is about
5 years old. And so, you have a GSXR or a Kawasaki, it's about 3 minutes faster through the canyon. But I like the bike just for touring and putting around. And this particular engine's been fixed up. The bike very similar to does about 161, and that's pushing it for a BMW.
Henry knows how to push this highly modified Suzuki. A part of his collection, this turbocharged bike is geared for 205 miles per hour and has taken Henry across Bonneville Salt Flats. He is no stranger to speed.
I'm a engineer slash test pilot.
What kind of planes are?
I'm basically a retired Navy aviator. I flew F-18s, F-14s, and things like that. And strangely enough, I was 58 when I retired and was still flying fighters. And when I retired when I was 58, I came to work for a company called Northrop. And I've been with them ever since. And then the type of work it is, it's kind of pleasant, and then I get to have enough time for my hobby of bike riding. I like to ride bikes. It's like flying airplanes. You get a lot of time to yourself, a lot of time to think, and then and at the same time you have to watch for things around you.
Let's go along as Henry takes a trip down the mountain on his custom BMW.